Hi everyone, Claudia here from Light and Clarity. Today, briefly in Spirit Talk, I wanted to make the point that when you have faith and trust in yourself, this determines the choices that you make in your life. It is really important that you have faith and trust in the self, because when you don't, you give away your power indirectly to others. It is really, really, really important that you honor yourselves, that you trust yourselves, that you believe in yourselves, that you do not berate yourselves. Whatever happened in the past, take the wisdom of what you learnt and let the rest go. And carry that wisdom with you. We come into this life, and I see it in clients' auras, we come into this life with the skills and abilities we've acquired in other lives and life lessons learnt. So we bring those life lessons, that wisdom we learnt from those life lessons that we completed in other lifetimes, we bring them into this one so we can use them as an extra tool on our tool belt, as an extra resource to use. So I'm going to go forward with that. Whatever you've learnt in this lifetime that is of the past, take it with wisdom, let the rest go. Trust yourselves. When you trust yourselves and have faith in yourselves, you will notice the decisions you make are of a higher vibration for yourself. There'll be a lot more clarity that comes in around the decision you need to make, and a lot deeper understanding where you're able to see further ahead. That's an important point they asked me to make today. I want you also to look at, when you have asked the Divine Creator for something, what mystical experience has come in? Because when that mystical experience comes in, that's God intervening. I've had many mystical experiences that I have spoken about, miracles, and you've all heard me talk about that. Pointing the finger at the ground, saying, this isn't going to happen, you're going to fix this, saying this to God, and God did. 5 days later, God did, and that answer came in. Asking by some miracle to have a lift up the mountain when I was overseas, and within a minute and a half, a girl turned up on her bike who lived directly behind me. She went and got her car and she gave me a lift up the mountain to the youth hostel. A lot of experiences I have had when I have asked for help. I have trusted my intuition. I have really leaned into God, and I've asked my holy team to support me. When I do those things, my life around me begins to ground. Openings begin to happen. New resources tend to come in. People come in to assist. Things I didn't see before all of a sudden are in front of me, and I go, aha, I'm going to go and call you. Aha, I've worked something out that's been important. Even when I have asked for help in a relationship and I have said to my higher self, my spirit guides, go speak to that person's higher self, go speak to that person's spirit guides and ask them to help communicate with me so we can work this out together. They're not going to manipulate the way they're going to think, but they're going to open them up so they can hear what it is that I have to say, so we can try and resolve what it is that's occurred between us. Years and years ago, when I was working in radiology, I was a receptionist. I did all shifts. I was working at a hospital as well as in clinic, and there were early morning shifts, and often my alarm would go off and I would jolt. Well, I started asking my spirit guides of the light, can you please wake me up just before the alarm goes off so I don't jolt? When I had a night shift coming on, or an early morning shift, there weren't night shifts, early morning shifts. And lo and behold, just before the alarm would go off, I would feel myself being pulled. It's only sensation. And then I was awake. And then about a minute later, the alarm would go off. That would happen time and time again when I requested. And when I really, really needed a change, when I really needed it, I talked to God. I talked to God. And I asked for that help, and that help was brought in. Because I was leaning into the Divine Creator. I was trusting in myself, my intuition, trusting in me, having faith in me. And when you do that, your life changes around you externally. Remember what I've said, what you believe about yourself here goes into your aura and goes down your timeline. And as I've said time and time again, if you don't like what's manifesting, start looking at what you're feeling here. what your beliefs are. Where are you blaming yourself? Where you need to let go of this self blame. You're enough just the way you all are right now. You're enough right now. And when you make yourself all right with that, everything else around you begins to resolve itself slowly but surely, because you're allowing that in, because you believe you're deserving of that. Because on a subconscious level, we all can have different sorts of thinking. So it's really important. I do know what my thoughts and feelings are. I do my best to be there for me. And there are times I put myself to the side because I've got clients and I'm fully booked, and I've got children, teenage boys, and and I've got a senior mother, and I'm being pulled left, right, and centre. But I have to stop and be with me, because they will say, Claudia, you need to stop and be with you. Yeah, you need to refuel. And that's where blockages can come in when we want to manifest, because without meaning to, we block that manifestation. All right, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Just bear with me. And here's the thing, we all talk about chakras, yeah? So my important chakras for me, well, really they all are. But you want to be firing on all chakras. So you want all your chakras to be clear. You want them all to be working properly. Because our chakras are very important. They govern our health as well. They govern our thoughts and feelings as well. So for me, I always make sure that my sacral, my solar plexus, and my root are healthy. I've done a lot of work on my heart. I know my heart is good. Third eye, always clearing. But when I manifest, or when anyone manifests, it tends to come from the sacral. The sacral is where we have personal relationships with others, our sexuality, where we create our goals sit. Start working on the sacral, the root, the solar plexus. Start looking at what's there. We often talk about the heart. I want to talk about those lower chakras. There's plenty of YouTube videos about cleansing chakras, clearing chakras. Pick someone that you think is good and ask them to do that. I mean, I can do that in healing very easily. That'd be one of the parts of the healing that I would do for you, apart from anything else. But if just for a quick fix, have a look and see who'll do a clearing on your chakras, or you do it yourself. You call in Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael and ask them to work chakra by chakra. Call in protection first. That's what I wanted to say today. So I brought that all in. I hope that has helped, or it was an interesting talk, or food for thought. Next week I've got another interesting topic I want to talk about on the Wednesday, but I'll keep that under wraps for now. But that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. More to do with stories rather than emotional assistance. So, and they're interesting stories too. Very short ones. All right. Have a magical, magical week, and I'll see you all again shortly. Thanks, everyone.